has a older uniform.
Okay, just like to quickly recognize Riley Nickel and Malia Gibbons being our captains this year. I think the thing that stands out the most, besides all the little things that they do, is the positive attitude they brought to the floor. I think I rarely heard anything negative coming out of them. I know they get frustrated because they're competitors, but overall they were just positive with everyone, so special thanks to them. I thought they really represented the captain with the way I wanted, integrity and everything else that they brought, so well done to both of you. All right, Lauren, the moment is here. All right, so we're going to do our farewell speeches now for the seniors. First up is Lauren. And she was not, because she wanted to be, so just so you know.
Hi. Okay, I'm Lauren, for those of you who don't know me. And over the years, CVCA Volleyball has given me so many wonderful memories and friends who I consider family. I am so thankful that I got to grow close to people that I wouldn't normally get the chance to see at school, and doing this by playing the sport that we love. So I want to thank my awesome teammates for always being there for me and never letting me put my head down. You guys always made my day no matter what mood I was in. I would also like to thank my amazing coaches for making it all possible. I am so grateful for how close our team was this year, and that all started with our coaches. Lastly, I want to thank my parents for always encouraging me to do my best and for being my #1 supporters through my entire volleyball career. I honestly cannot choose one memory to talk about because every day with this team was such a blessing, and I love you all so much. I can't wait to come back next year to cheer you on and grow even closer with all you guys. Thank you.
I have no idea what's coming next, so hang on. Sarah Bradford.
Hi guys, my name is Sarah Bradford. Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna try to read fast. Okay. I know every senior says this when they get up here, but I really never thought that this day would come. I'm just confused as to where the time went. I vividly remember starting volleyball in 7th grade at my old school, and at every game, it would seem like a tennis match because all we did was bump the ball back and forth. But being able to see how much this sport has changed and the growth that came with it is amazing to me. Okay, God has blessed me with the ability to be able to play volleyball, and I will always thank Him for that. To know that this is the end of my volleyball experience at CVCA is heartbreaking. I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to play with these girls. Ever since we started this season, I knew that it would be one filled with pure joy, love, and compassion for one another. Not only was I right, but our connection was beyond measure. Okay, I've met some of my best friends on this team and have grown close to everyone. When I was having a difficult time in my life, my teammates never made me feel alone. They were always the first to text me and check up on me when I needed it the most, and I appreciate that so much. It's more than you guys will ever know. I love you guys so much. Okay, here come the thank yous. Okay. Ultimately, all glory goes to God because He has provided me with everything, and all glory be to Him. Okay, I would like to thank Coach Brian. There are so many things that I can say about him, but this stood out the most to me. Not only is he a good coach, but a good person overall. He was also one of the people who was there for me during my difficult times, and I can't express how much that meant to me.
Sometimes there are coaches who just coach and don't care for the players, but he genuinely and sincerely cared, and for that I will always remember. So thank you, I love you, and I will miss you. To Coach Charity and Sarah, thank you for being you. Oh, that was cute. Okay. You guys are so fun-loving and easy to talk to, and always put a smile on my face. I love you guys too. Lastly, to my beautiful, wonderful parents, oh, do not cry. I adore you guys. You guys are the example and epitome of the kind of person that I want to be in the future. I can't think of a time where I felt alone because you guys always checked on me, even if I got annoyed. Just know that you saved me, and I love you guys so much. Okay. You mean the world to me, and I'm eternally blessed with you guys and the sacrifices you have made for me. Okay, my advice for everyone here, well, not everyone, just here's my advice. Take the moments that you have right now and cherish them. I cannot express how much time will fly by. Like this, it's crazy for me to believe that I was just a senior, or whatever. I was just a freshman. Okay, take the opportunity in a given situation to go to that football game, to wear what you want, and to say hi to people who you usually don't talk to. Because you don't, wait, hold on. You don't want to lose the experience from the fear of what other people think. Thank you, Taylor, for that. I have to give her credit. She came up with that. Okay. You will regret it in the long run. And most importantly, don't forget to always be a baddie. And that's on period.
Need I say anything further? Now you know I will never forget her. All right. I hate to let everybody know this, but Alyssa Burkus obviously can't be here tonight. She came down with the flu, so it would have been great to hear from her, but she would have been next up. But let's remember her in our prayers, as I'm sure it's disappointing that she's not here tonight. Next up, Jenna de Blasi.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenna if you don't know me, and this is my 7th year playing volleyball, and I got the privilege to be on varsity for 3 years. And it's just like Sarah said, it's so surreal being up here. I never really thought it would be here, and I was just sitting and eating. I was like, how am I here? Like, I just don't understand how 4 years flew by that fast. But the sport of volleyball has shaped my life in so many ways. It has really been beneficial for everyday life because it requires coachability, and it requires trust, and it requires like working with the team. And that's what you need for everyday life. That's what you need for a job. So I love volleyball because of that reason as well. So a few of my favorite memories include beating Orville my sophomore and senior year. I loved team sleepovers. I loved TPing Coach Brian's house and then running when he turned the lights on. I loved Texas Roadhouse Power Meals. That was like my favorite thing I look forward to all week. I'm going to miss those. And I loved... Oh, 17 rolls. And I also loved pregame devotions. That was a great time to share God and incorporate Him in our sport. So to the coaches, I want to say thank you to Coach Brian for always bringing a fun side to practice. You always made me laugh, and I love talking smack about the NFL every week. Just in case you forgot, the Steelers are 5-4, the Seahawks are 7-2, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Thank you for your guidance and encouragement throughout the years. I appreciate all that you have done for me, and I love you. Charity and Sarah, thank you so much for being there for me when I needed help or advice. You guys have contributed so much time to making us better as players and as a team, and we love and appreciate you so much. And lastly, thank you, Mom and Dad, for all that you've done. Thank you for coming to all our games. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you. All right, so to my girls, senior season has been my favorite season. I've loved and enjoyed every minute on and off the court with you guys, and I couldn't have asked for a better note to go out on. So one piece of advice I have is to work hard and dedicate yourself to what you love or what you want to be. What I've learned, especially over the past few years, is that as you get older, nothing necessarily comes easy anymore. So work hard towards what you're passionate about, and the results will be in your favor. So to close, I want to pass down a new tradition this year. So Stephanie and Maddie, you guys better be smiling at this security camera in the gym once a day for me. But I love you guys. Thanks so much.
I'm going to start this off by saying thank you first to the coaches. I don't know if you know how much time and effort goes into being a high school volleyball coach. I've been around high school volleyball for a really long time. So my dad is coach, and I've seen the effort and the time it puts in. And specifically to Coach Charity, she didn't miss one team devotional. She was here early for every single home game to listen to our devotionals, and she took time to even do one in the summer for us. And we really appreciate you and everything that you do for us and like our spiritual side of things, because that's a unique thing about CVCA Volleyball, is we're not just here to play volleyball, we're here to further each other's walks with Christ and just be sisters in Christ through our team. And Coach Charity really helps us with that. Thank you, Coach Brian. It's been such a crazy 4 years. This is my 4th year playing varsity volleyball at CVCA. It's been a long 4 years. It got cut a little bit short, which is sad, but we made it through. Thank you, Sarah. I think I saw you at the ice rink last year one time, and we talked for like a half hour until I was like, oh gosh, we gotta go. Can always have a conversation with them, especially towards the end of the year. I got to spend a little bit of time on the bench and got to get to know them a little bit more, and that was nice. I want to thank my team. I've had a unique privilege of seeing many different varsity teams. The team I started on my freshman year was completely graduated by my junior year. So I've gotten to see many different teams and what different things look like, and this year was definitely by far my favorite. Just the closeness and the girls on the team and just our relationships together. It was just a really, really special year. So I thank you all. I love you all so much. I want to thank my parents. I've played volleyball for a long time. I've traveled a lot of places, just all the places you've taken me to travel and all the money you've paid for. I want to thank my mom for just putting in all her time. She's watched, I don't even know how many volleyball matches. It's a lot of volleyball, just making lunches and things like that. And I want to thank my dad, because he's given me the game of volleyball, and putting ability aside, he's definitely taught me most of what I know about volleyball, but putting away how good I am or how good I'm not, or just the playing aside, he's given me the love of volleyball. And he's given me the sport, and so I don't think that I would be as passionate or as loving of the game if I didn't have him in my life, and I'm so thankful for that. A couple of my favorite moments from CVCA Volleyball. Definitely beating Orville our sophomore year. That was like one of the best games I think we ever played. And I got to hit a couple of really cool milestones when I was here at CVCA. Like my freshman year, I got to have some of my highest kill games of my career. Junior year, I got to beat the kill record at CVCA, and then finishing off my career with all-pack player, which is really special. Kind of a nice way to wrap up everything. And CVCA Volleyball has given me those opportunities, and I'm really grateful for that. I have a unique privilege that I'm not saying goodbye to volleyball tonight like many of my other seniors are. I get to play for 4 more years and maybe more, and I'm really excited about that, but I am saying goodbye to this team and these girls. I'm going to miss you guys so much. One thing I wanted to pass down, I want to recognize a special person. Everybody on a team, the team kind of becomes a family, because we spend so much time together, and you kind of fall into roles, and you know what everyone has a role to play, whether you're the funny one or the serious one, and whether they're designated or not, everyone kind of finds who they are on the team. And I've had the privilege of being kind of the leader of the team for the past few years, but there's a person, Caroline Rusinoff, who she just embodies what a leader is. And she's only a sophomore, and sorry, I'm gonna cry. She's one of my favorite people I've ever met, and so I just want to pass down my role to her, just her positiveness, even though she didn't get to play a lot. She didn't get to play as much as she wanted to this year, or maybe not even in the position she wanted to this year, but if someone was hurt, she would cover their position at practice, and she would work hard, and she would do what she can to better everybody else, and she would do it with a positive attitude and a hard-working heart. And we're all thankful for that, because you're only as good as your weakest member and who's working hard. So if everyone's working hard and pushing hard, and Caroline was definitely one of those girls all year that did that. And so I see a really very bright future for her, and so just wanted to recognize Caroline. But I thank you girls so much. CVCA volleyball has been amazing. High school volleyball has been amazing. It's so weird that it's over. But I just leave you with always work hard for what you want to do, and there's going to be bumps in the road, and you know, I would have never imagined to not be able to finish my season out, but you know, there's going to be beauty in everything, and God has a plan in everything, so just trust Him and always work hard for your dreams.
All right, varsity team, head on up. Okay, so looking back on the season, the varsity season, obviously just a great group of girls. Had a lot of fun coaching them. I think Riley said it pretty well. It becomes a family, and I thought they stuck together. Like I said, a lot of adversity, some injuries, things like that happened. Girls stepping up for injured players. Just saw it all year long, and you know. It just goes a long way to show you the character of the girls and how they're willing to do what it takes to pick up their teammates or to try to compete. And it's not always easy. You know, the Pac's got some pretty good teams in it. So you know, it's always they always came out ready to compete. So that's one thing I look back on. We had some young girls playing key positions for us, and you know, we knew it was going to be. You know, we knew what was going to happen. We were aware of it, and but I thought everyone embraced that. The older girls, especially the seniors, the juniors, the girls that have been on the varsity for a couple of years, they embraced that, and they really helped out the younger girls this year that were on the team. Really tried to lift their spirits up, you know, you got sophomores and girls like that playing in key positions on the floor, and yet, you know, the older girls just didn't let them fail, didn't let them get their heads down, didn't let them at any point in the season get down on themselves, and I thought that was just something that I'll never forget about this team of 2019. I'll never forget that about each one of you. Obviously, just to recognize, you know, one person in particular. Unfortunately, injuries are part of the game. We all know it. You don't like them. They happen. We had an injury, and we had to do some shuffling. And you know, we took Taylor off of the JV team and pulled her up about a third of the way through the season. Several games still left to play. Stepped in, did a nice job, worked hard, fit in nicely with the team, and always recognized everyone's serve. Just really did I thought a nice job coming in. It's, you know, fitting in, and like I said, playing a pretty key position for us in the middle, getting up a big block, trying to slow down some pretty good hitters that we had to face night in and night out. So just appreciate her efforts. Not that I don't want to recognize everyone else, but definitely want to make sure I recognize Taylor for coming in a third of the way through the season and doing 2/3 of the way through the season and doing that. At this time, we're going to recognize the letter winners for this year. First up, Maddie Custer. Sorry, these are first year letters. Maddie Custer, okay. Stephanie Wadrick, real quick before she comes forward, she this year is now 6th on the all-time single season assist list for CVCA. 376 assists this year, so nice job. Caroline Russo. Addie Hyatt. Taylor Helwig. Taylor Collins. And Maddie Jerks. Yeah, I think there was a mistake. Leave it to the athletic department. Second year letterman. This first person is now second time on the all-time solo blocks for the season at 82. Hannah Coleman. Sarah Bradford. Bella Costa. Lauren McNeil. And Jess Morehouse. Our third year letterman, again, Alyssa Burgess couldn't be here today. Jenna DeBlasi. Honorable mention, All-Pac Conference. She is the single season block leader in CVCA now at 92 for a single, for solo blocks. And get this, she's second all-time in blocks for all of CVCA in history, and she's only two away from that at 190 blocks in 3 years. And, nothing in there, Malia, and she's third all-time already as a junior, third all-time in kills with 561. In case you didn't know, that was Malia Gibbons. All right. Well, this list is going to be long. First team All-Pac Conference 3 times. Pac Player of the Year for 19. First all-time in kills, 807. Third in total aces, all-time, 127. Third all-time in digs. The only non-libero on the list. 770 digs. No big surprise, right, Nick? We also have a special award to recognize all of those crazy things that you've accomplished in 4 years. Like I said, the list is just endless. And these are, by the way, these are only things on the court. It doesn't talk about what she does off the court. But congratulations. Those have all of your accomplishments written on them. It is not my handwriting. Everybody knows that's not going to get it done. And last, I want to mention and recognize Liv Atkins, who came up, played with us, got a chance to participate, sit with the varsity, learn a little bit on what we kind of do, how we kind of address the huddles. Looking forward to what Liv's going to do in the upcoming year. But really appreciate her effort, her attitude. She's got a great attitude, one of the best attitudes of any kid I've ever met. So thank you, especially to Liv Atkins. Thank you. All right, now we're going to give out our awards to varsity. I don't think this will be any big surprise to anyone, but maybe it would be. But the Mighty and Spirit Award goes to Sarah Bradford. Right, come on. Our Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bella Costa. She finished with 168 kills as a sophomore. Our Defensive Player goes to the, I think no big surprise when you get 92 blocks, that's going to happen, Malia Gibbons. Just keep in mind those 92 blocks are solo blocks. Those would mean they go for points. Doesn't count how many assist blocks that she probably had. And then, of course, you guys all know the one thing that I did when I started here at CVCA is I came up with an award called the Outstanding Leadership Award. It's an award that's pretty important to me because, as most of you probably know, I've been in leadership for a long time at my company, and I think it's important to see and recognize when you see leadership qualities in individuals, especially young ladies. Mentoring young players, communication with the coaches, practice is hard, always encouraging. Those are some of the things that go into this award. Again, no big surprise to me on this one either, but Jenna DeBlasi. And then, of course, our MVP for this year in 2019 is Roddy Nichols. So as we kind of bring everything to a close, you guys can go ahead and sit down and see if you want to stand there. Parents are going to want